Hello, and welcome to Anderson Cooper 360. Today, I will be interviewing one of England's greatest writers. Everybody, William Shakespeare.
Why, thank you, Anderson. Let's get started.
Mr. Shakespeare, can you tell me why you chose to compress the entire poem into a script that only covers 4 days? And how does that help you convey the theme?
The reason you chose this to make my play only 4 days is because you wanted to make it, the story, more intriguing, so that audience understands Romeo and Juliet's love for each other. This conveys my theme by showing how intense their love was for each other, when Romeo climbed Mistress Juliet's balcony to see her.
Mr. Shakespeare, what do you feel was the biggest difference between your character choices and Mr. Brooks' choices? Who had a major change, and why did you change that person from the earlier interpretation?
The biggest difference between my character choices and Mr. Brooks's choices were their personalities. To ye, Romeus had the most change, because in my play, Romeus was more attached to the Mistress Juliet, and in Mr. Brooks's poem, Romeus was more patient with their love and only visited Juliet after 2 weeks.
Mr. Shakespeare, why did you cut out large part of the violence and darker moments? For example, the fight scene between Romeus and Tybalt.
You took the violence out because you wanted my play to preserve Romeus' character. For example, in thy poem Romeus had no reason to put Tybalt to death, but in my play Tybalt killed Mercutio, which gave Romeus a reason to execute Tybalt.
Mr. Shakespeare, could you describe one aspect of a scene that you left in place and why you chose to do so?
Ye left the scene where thy Capulets and thy Montagues get into a big quarrel, and thy townspeople join in because ye wanted to show that thy townspeople took its sides and how widespread their quarrel was.
Mr. Shakespeare, why did you want to take Mr. Brooks' poem and make it into a play?
When ye was a young'un, ye believed ye could be a writer someday. The first time ye came upon Mr. Brooks' poem, ye had hoped ye could have created such a spectacular piece of work. Every time ye read it, it became more and more interesting. Ye dreamed to share thy story of Romeus and Juliet, and to do so, ye created my play.
Mr. Shakespeare, can you tell me why you added Romeus' friends Mercutio and Benvolio to your play?
In thy poem, Romeo seemed a gold-bellied tickle-brain basket cockle when he put Tybalt to death for no reason. In my play, ye wanted to show thy folks that Romeus was tender-hearted and gallant. By maketh Tybalt kill Mercutio, it gaveth Romeo thy leverage he needed to kill Tybalt. Maketh thy folks believe 'twas for thy better of things. Thank you for interviewing me. As I invented, and you could say today, swagger on.
What he said.